A global recession was widely predicted in 2023, but major economies have mostly held firm, raising interest rates to control inflation.
What if we told you that the most crucial price in the global economy isn't the cost of oil, semiconductors, or even a Big Mac? It's the price of money itself. For over 30 years, this price has been on a downward spiral, shaping everything from mortgage rates to government spending. But now, a monumental shift is underway, and it's sending shockwaves through every financial sector. Join us as we unravel the story of how globalization powered the economy in the previous decade and explore the transformative changes looming on the horizon. In the world of money, there's one thing that rules them all: the price of borrowing. Think of it like the cost of getting a loan, whether it's for buying a house, growing a business, or building roads and schools. This price isn't just about numbers, it's the heartbeat of how our economy works. Central banks, like the Federal Reserve, play a big role in deciding this price. They set something called interest rates, which affect how much it costs to borrow money. But it's not just up to them. A lot of things can influence this price, like how much people save, how much businesses invest, and what's happening in the world. There's this idea called the natural state of interest, which is like the Goldilocks point where everything is just right. It keeps prices stable and people in jobs. But finding that perfect balance is like trying to catch a butterfly. It's tricky and always changing. For a long time, the price of borrowing has been going down. That's because of things like new technology, more people saving, and countries working together more. This made it easier for people to buy homes and for governments to spend money on important stuff like roads and schools. But now things are shifting. People are getting older, and that means there's less money to go around. Plus, countries aren't getting along as well, so they're not lending each other as much money. And governments keep borrowing more and more. So what does this mean for all of us? Well, it's like the weather changing. We're not sure exactly what will happen, but we know it will be different. From how much it costs to buy a home to how much the government has to pay back, the price of money affects all of us. So let's dive into this world of finance and see where the winds of change will take us. For a long stretch, the price of borrowing money was like a downward roller coaster ride. It got cheaper and cheaper to take out loans for things like buying houses or starting businesses. This happened because of different reasons, like how our economy grew more slowly. More people saved their money instead of spending it, and countries like China had lots of extra cash to lend out. So imagine it's like a sale at your favorite store. Everything seems cheaper, and you can buy more with your money. That's what it was like for a while borrowing. People could afford bigger homes, businesses could expand more easily, and governments could build more infrastructure. But like all good things, this era of cheap borrowing had to come to an end. Now things are starting to change. The people who saved a lot of money are getting older, so there's not as much money to lend out. Plus, countries aren't as friendly with each other, so they're not lending money like they used to. And on top of that, governments keep borrowing more and more money. It's like using a credit card too much. Eventually, you have to pay it back, and it gets more expensive over time. So while it was great while it lasted, the days of super cheap borrowing are fading away. We're entering a new era where the price of money is going up, and that's going to affect all of us. From buying homes to running businesses, we'll all feel the pinch as borrowing gets a bit pricier. Now picture a breeze stirring the leaves on a tree, gentle at first, but with the promise of a coming storm. That's what's happening with the price of borrowing money. The winds of change are blowing, and they're bringing big shifts to the world of finance. One major change is that the people who saved a lot of money before are getting older. This means they're not saving as much anymore, so there's less money available to lend out. It's like if your piggy bank suddenly had fewer coins in it. There's just not as much to go around. Another big shift is happening between countries. They're not getting along as well as they used to, so they're not lending each other as much money. And then there's the issue of government borrowing. Just like when you borrow money to buy something, governments borrow money to pay for things like roads, schools, and healthcare. But when they borrow too much, it can get expensive, like when you have to pay interest on a loan. So with all these changes happening, it's like the weather is shifting. We're not sure exactly what's coming, but we know it's going to be different. From how much it costs to buy a house to how much the government has to pay back, these winds of change are going to affect all of us in one way or another. As we brace for the next chapter in the story of the price of money, uncertainty looms on the horizon. Like voyagers navigating uncharted waters, we face a future shaped by shifting economic currents and geopolitical tides. One question on everyone's mind is, how high will the price of borrowing go? Models suggest that by the 2030s, we might see a partial rebound in interest rates, with long-term borrowing costs settling around 4.5 to 5%. But there are reasons to believe it could go even higher. Take the fight against climate change, for example. Tackling this monumental challenge will require massive investments in sustainable energy and infrastructure. Estimates suggest it could cost trillions of dollars, a significant chunk of the global economy. And if new technologies like AI deliver on their promise of boosting productivity, we could see even more investment and higher borrowing rates. Then there's the issue of rising government debt. As countries continue to borrow money to finance their spending, interest rates could drift even higher. It's like a snowball effect. The more you owe, the more you have to pay back, and the more it costs to borrow in the future. So, whether it's the push for a greener future, the march of technological progress, or the burden of growing debt, the forces driving the price of money are complex and intertwined. As we navigate this uncertain terrain, we must prepare for a world where the cost of borrowing is on the rise. From homeowners to investors, policymakers to entrepreneurs, the next chapter in the story of the price of money will touch us all. So as we turn the page and venture into the unknown, let's stay informed, stay adaptable, and stay ready to face whatever challenges and opportunities lie ahead. As we anticipate the future of the price of money, several key factors are poised to shape its trajectory. Demographic changes, such as the aging population, are reducing the pool of available savings, potentially driving borrowing costs higher. Additionally, geopolitical tensions and shifting economic dynamics may alter the flow of capital between nations, influencing interest rates on a global scale. Moreover, the imperative to address climate change could drive significant investment in sustainable energy and infrastructure projects, impacting borrowing rates. Technological advancements, particularly in areas like artificial intelligence, have the potential to spur productivity growth and stimulate investment, further influencing the cost of borrowing. Furthermore, the trajectory of government debt levels will play a crucial role in determining future interest rates. As countries continue to borrow to finance fiscal stimulus measures and infrastructure projects, the burden of debt service could contribute to upward pressure on borrowing costs. In this evolving landscape, individuals, businesses, and policymakers alike must remain vigilant and adaptable to navigate the shifting currents of the global economy. By understanding the complex interplay of factors influencing the price of money, stakeholders can make informed decisions to mitigate risks and seize opportunities in an uncertain future. In conclusion, the winds of change are blowing through the realm of global finance, heralding a new era in the price of money. As demographic shifts, geopolitical tensions, and technological advancements reshape the economic landscape, the days of ultra-low borrowing costs are fading into memory. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, there is room for optimism and opportunity. The push for sustainability and technological innovation promises to unlock new pathways for growth and prosperity. While higher borrowing costs may present challenges for some, they also signify a return to a more balanced and resilient financial ecosystem. Ultimately, the story of the price of money is one of adaptation and resilience. It's a reminder that while the economic landscape may shift, the human spirit endures, ready to meet the challenges and opportunities of tomorrow with courage and determination. So let us forge ahead with confidence, knowing that together we can build a future that is as vibrant and dynamic as the world we inhabit. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the intricacies of global economics. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more insightful content on the forces shaping our world.